officials and the spectators can and are expected to assist in the promotion of achievement of good sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high level of fair, clean, wholesome competition. Delectable teams, thank you for your cooperation. And as well, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta support that junior class. They're preparing for prom this year. Boy, do they have a plethora of activity going on. Find your favorite junior class member circulating through the stands. St. Comet Kick for Dash, sponsored by Canadian National Bank. Man, you got a chance to win a $50 bill and a $25 bill. I guess if there is such a thing. Anyway, they will be given. They have Welfare and Community National. Put their name to it, $50 and $25 for the Comet Kick for Dash. So find your favorite junior member circulating through the stands. And also, while you're at it, oh man, you gotta hungry up. Gotta check out the concession stand. Trevor and Billy got it going on down there with the junior class. They have, oh my goodness, Frito chili pie, bowl of chili, a chili cheese dog. I had a hot dog. Those good people are all beef hot dogs, you know what I mean? Nachos, salmon rolls, oh man, and candy bars, all the drinks. Also, sponsor right next to them, Jennifer Beach and State Farms, hanging out with the Hosa Club. Alright, and they're selling, they got a hot chocolate bar going on down there. You can add some fruit and caramel, all kind of stuff to that to make it right for you tonight. With this good, chilly, beautiful football weather. So go support your junior class. Yeah, hang on, go home with some hot dogs, all kinds of goodies. and gentlemen, we want to remind you to find your favorite junior class member. Get that community national comic kit for cash ticket ready to go. There's money hanging out for you. Also support that junior class as well. They got a full meal bid for $7. Got chili, cinnamon rolls, and another full meal bid for $6. I think going back like that, Ruark is on it, so get after it. Y'all put down that chili cheese in 2 seconds, so it's good. Go support that junior class. And a shout out to Brandon Moon Band from the press box. Also want to give a special shout out to kids Laura, Jeremy, and Grant Jackson, Air, Allison, Maddie, welcome to the Blue Collar Playoff Game tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and direct your attention to the northwest corner of the field for the presentation of the colors for tonight's game. Presenting our colors for tonight's game are Larry White, Larry Mallett, Orville Briner, and Frank Robard from the American Legion Post 170. At this time, we ask that you remain standing as we honor the United States of America with the singing of our national anthem by the Chanute High School Select Ensemble under the direction of Ms. Rebecca Louder. We remind all in attendance that the proper etiquette is to remove your cap or hat, face the flag, and stand with your right hand over your heart. You may notice active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform saluting our flag. Please feel free to sing along with the Select Ensemble. Thank you.
good evening and welcome to another great night for football. It's Friday Night Lights with a playoff flair. First round of the 4A Kansas State High School football playoffs right here in Chanute, Kansas. Chanute High School. Chanute, the number 2 seed in the East this year. One of the best seasons in recent memory for Chanute High School. My name is Dave Rimbold. I am going to do play-by-play for you tonight. I'm joined by Jaden Gensweider. Jaden, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing, Dave?
I'm all right. We're ready to watch, hopefully, what's going to be a great night of football. Chanute High School really comes into this football game, comes into these playoffs in a position they haven't been in since I've been here. I'm a Chanute transplant, but I've been here for probably about, close to 12 years. And really, this is the best football team I think I've seen them have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a senior right now, so this is definitely the best team 4 years I've been here.
Yeah.
Watching this team, just defensively, they're monsters with guys like Leedy and Kedrick Imling up there. Seems like they're in on every play, so it's fun to watch when they're on the field.
So you heard Jaden. Jaden is a senior. He is joining me tonight to provide the color commentary. Let's talk about the keys to the game here. Bonner Springs comes in at 1-7, but a pretty balanced offense. This is going to be a step up probably in what Chanute has seen the last few weeks. Much of the SEK rebuilding this year, some young teams. Bonner Springs has some weapons that they can throw at you, not least of which is Peyton Parks, a junior running back, standing at 6 foot, 188 pounds. Keys to the game for Bonner Springs, they have an efficient passing game. And if you're attacking Chanute's defense, maybe the best hope for you is to have a decent passing game. Try to test our secondary deep, and they can throw the deep ball. They do have a quarterback that can throw the ball around. The second key to the game for Bonner Springs will be to jam Chanute's running game. Ty Leedy, one of the best runners in 4A right now. He needs to be contained if Bonner Springs wants to stay in this game. And number 3, they're the underdog. They're gonna have to create turnovers. Chanute has a tendency over the years, and when things don't go right away, they can kind of get inside their own heads sometimes. Hasn't happened a lot this year, but it has happened in past years. Now, if you're Chanute, the keys are real simple. Don't allow deep passes. Play defense like you've been playing them. Number 2, contain number 44, Peyton Parks. Talked about him a little bit. He's their main runner scorer, can break tackles, and a fast start, Jaden. They need a fast start. Get the confidence flowing. Make this not a game early. We are ready for some football. Chanute has won the toss and elected to defer, so they will kick off here in the first.
Yep, it'll be all Stark-Wright tonight kicking. Caleb Buchanan got a concussion at the last soccer game.
Here's a pooch kick that hits the turf, and a nice stiff arm by the returner gets him away from one, but he's wrestled down near the 29. And that is where Bonner Springs, the Braves of Bonner Springs, will start their first possession of the night. Bonner Springs, a schedule of Ottawa, Tonganoxie, a lot of schools up in the northeast area. They did play Paola. Paola's a high-ranked opponent.
Yeah, don't let the record fool you. This team could very well be. I mean, just the numbers show it, too. They have the ability to be good.
Quarterback number 5, Jay Smith. He's a senior, 6'2", turns around and gives to Peyton on the handoff. Peyton Parks, who gets a couple, but he's tripped up there. Second down upcoming. And we have a gimpy offensive lineman right off the bat. He's trying to shake it off, and maybe he just lost his shoe there for a second. So second down and 8 upcoming. First drive of the ball game. Jay Smith in the shotgun. 2 running backs to his left. Here's the snap. It's a old school play to the left. It was like a whole student body left there from the shotgun. They're going to get a few more out of that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Just to snap the ball and everybody run to the left. 3rd down and 5, and huge play for Chanute's defense. They want to set the tone early and get them off 3 plays and off the field.
Yeah, that is true. You really want to make sure. In a high-profile game like this, you want to be playing at your pace and not the other team. So that's going to be Chanute's goal here.
Here's the fake handoff. Smith's going to try and throw one. Boy, a little lackadaisical sidearm pass, and that's going to be incomplete. Quarterback was asking for a flag, but I don't know that the referee would have ruled that that was a catchable ball.
Yeah, this looks like he thought Imling there was interfering with the pass, and so he tried to get the play and get the penalty, but didn't quite work out. Looking at fourth down now.
It was very interesting. He kind of just slung it out there flat-footed. And now in punt formation are the Braves. Seamster back at the 35-yard line. Now he's going to creep up as the offense creeped back in toward the middle. They put some men in motion, and there's going to be a procedure penalty.
Yeah, it was an awful lot of motion for a punt.
I think they were just going max protect there, but Seamster came running up anyways just in case they tried something silly.
Yeah, backs him up a bit.
Having
position for Chanute.
Having your quarterback back there as your punter is an advantage in that area. Here's a nice line drive punt that makes its way past Seamster. He's going to pick it up on the run at the 18 and get forced out of bounds. And a late throwdown. Nothing called. Boy, some extra little shove a few yards out of bounds out there.
Yep. Looked like he got about 6 or so yards back after that long bounce. See what the Comets can do here.
So first down and 10, Chanute. One of the keys to the game was a fast start. They got the Bonner Springs offense off the field after 3 plays, and now they're going to try and get their offense moving. Right away, I noticed Jaden Flores, number 73 for Bonner Springs, a junior, 6'4", 350.
Wow.
That's a big man.
That is.
Here's a man in motion, Sean Williams. He's got the handoff on the jet sweep, and Peyton Parks is there. My goodness, what a play for Peyton.
I feel like we're going to be calling that name quite a bit tonight.
He was in the backfield to sniff that play out, and tells you that they've done their study on the video here. That's a play that Chanute likes to run quite a bit.
Yep.
So second down and 17.
See, the great thing about Chanute's offense is that they're very balanced. So just because one run doesn't work doesn't mean Herb can't get you back with his arm.
Here is junior quarterback Herb. He hands off to Ty Lee, trying to follow some blockers, and he's got some good yardage. About 4 yards on the play. Still going to bring up 3rd and long. Conservative play call there. 2 runs so far for the Blue Comets.
Yep, you got to expect a pass play here. Comets coming out with a 3rd and long situation.
So here's Herb in the shotgun. He's got 4 wides. Bonner Springs moving some guys around. Looks like they're going to bring some heat. Herb waggles. He's going to have to get rid of it. Throws one down the field. He's got a man. Seamster along the sidelines with the catch. What a great throw by Herb.
Yeah, it just looked like a miscommunication there for Bonner Springs.
Yeah, the 2 defenders talking about it, and you're absolutely right, Jaden. They just kind of got confused about who was supposed to drop back. They both went up to guard the short out.
Yep. 10 thought 13 had it, 13 thought 10 had it. It's just kind of how it happens sometimes.
That's going to be a first down for the Blue Comets.
Now, what I saw in that play was that Bonner Springs only brought a 5-man rush, and it still almost got through to Herb. So that's not something you want to see too often.
Here's the handoff to Leedy, doing what he does so well, following blockers, running over others. He's so hard to bring down. A flag on the play, though, might bring this one back. The crowd is excited about the individual effort, but this one is likely to come back as there's some laundry on the field. Let's see if we can see what happens here. Maybe they're going to get a hold on a receiver down the field. Oh, actually, we're moving up here.
Yeah, I think it's just about got to be on the line of scrimmage as the play happened.
That is on the defense. Someone went low there on the line. Usually you see that call on the offense. That's the first time I've seen that on the call on the defense this year. It's the same signal as the kind of the chop block.
Yeah.
But apparently a defender went low on the line, and They got caught, and now the Blue Comets are in business. On the 25 of Bonner Springs, there's a little quick wide receiver screen, and it is sniffed out quickly. Kester on the catch, but will lose yardage.
That's another classic Comet play, just sniffed out by the Braves.
Well, this is a different, even though they're 1-7, the next to last seed in the East. Don't be fooled. This is not what you saw in Fort Scott and Coffeyville. This team has seniors, and they're well coached. They have athletes. And so that record may be a little deceiving. Here's the shotgun. Herb pitches back to Seamster. Now he cuts it up. Makes a nice cut to the outside. Now back to the inside. Couple good moves by the sophomore. And a good pickup of about 8.
That's something you could see a lot from the Comets tonight. They got a lot of skilled players that'll have that football in their hands.
It's been a real treat to watch Caden Seamster work.
He's only a sophomore.
3rd down and 4. Probably in 2-down territory here. I would imagine they would go for it should they need to.
Yeah, especially in a playoff game, I would say so.
Herb's got the snap, a little quick stop to Sean Williams, who makes the catch and has enough for the 1st down. Well, Bonner Springs early here, Jaden, they're worried about the deep threat, and they're giving them some room on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I think that play out to Seamster on the sideline up towards midfield really set that tone for the Comets to where they have these open short passes now.
An incredible pickup on the blitz by Ty Leedy, too. Gave Herb the time to deliver that ball. 1st and 10 on the Bonner Springs 12 now. Herb with trips to the far side. Gonna give to Leedy. Leedy following the big man, Thurston, and he's down inside the 5. Ty Leedy's such a smart runner. We talk about this every week, as you'll see on the replay. He just settles in behind his big offensive lineman and just follows him. Kind of hides back there.
Yeah, you're going to see that a lot. He knows what he's doing. And Thurston, 6'4", 297. It's a good guy to be behind.
Yeah, he's a big kid, too. Another sophomore, I believe. Now in a bunch formation on 2nd and 3. Here's the give to Leedy. Leedy following a guy. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Ty Leedy.
There's Leedy in the end zone once again.
That is a 6-yard run, I believe. And the Blue Comets are on the board on their first drive of the game. That's exactly the start they wanted. And the T-shirt cannons are going off. Can they get that thing up here? Do you have triple extra large? No? Okay. Stark on the field for the extra point. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. The backup kicker comes right in and puts one through the uprights. Stark is I like to call him the assassin. After 2 special teams tackles 2 weeks in a row earlier this year on the kickoffs, one of which I'm pretty sure the guy's just now remembering his name. It was a hard hit by Stark.
Yes, it was. Yeah, definitely a high-energy player, so you'll see that from him.
So 6:21 to go, and Chanute, a fast start. They're on top 7-0. And Bonner Springs will try to regroup. It'll be interesting to see how the Braves react here. Watched them pregame, even that first drive on offense. You saw the play Peyton Parks made on defense there early in Chanute's drive. They've got athletes. This is a team they're not devoid of players that can make plays. And so you wondered what exactly you might see tonight, if this game might be closer than people would have thought. Stark set to kick it off. Pooch the first kick. We'll see what he's got here. He approaches. It's another Pooch-style kick. This one's going to be taken by an up back at the 20. He tries to make a move, and he's forced out of bounds at around the 26-yard line.
Okay, great play by Williams to get in there and force him out of bounds.
So the Braves will come back out here and try to get something going on offense. Down 7-0 to Chanute. Jay Smith, the senior quarterback, standing at 6'2", got some height. Pretty balanced on the year, as we said, in our offense. Jay Smith with 464 passing yards this year. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, about 50% completion percentage. He stands in the shotgun. Here's the snap. The give is to Parks, who's wrapped up immediately. Number 64 in the backfield. That's Tucker Davis.
Yep, Chanute sniffed that out perfectly.
Well, that is strength. That's you're running at the strength of Chanute right there. We've talked about this one a lot, Jaden, over the season. It's hard to guess where to try to run on this Blue Comet team if that's what you want to do. They're so big up the middle and stout, but they're also fast on the outside. Second down and 9.
Defensively, just a perfect storm.
Smith has the snap. He's looking to pass, a little quick hitter to the wide receiver who stood up, makes the catch, and is going to be a couple yards short of the first down.
Took 3 guys to get him down, though.
It was a nice initial hit, but kept moving forward. It's just a little quick out there. Brings up third down and about 3. See if they don't try to run this one. A little draw to Parks. Smith has it, and he's going to student body it to the right, cut it upfield, and he has some room in a first down. So I guess we'll call that a quarterback draw, but it looks like the old student body left and right play where it was like a toss. They used to, in the old days, used to toss that ball to the running back. This time, since your quarterback's in the shotgun, he's already back there. You just snap it and go.
It's like a quarterback misdirect almost.
But when everybody's moving to the right like that, it will afford that quarterback the opportunity to cut it up when he sees an opportunity. 1st and 10. The handoff to Parks. He is hit immediately. Gained maybe a yard as he fell forward. Number 9, Kedrick Emling, in on that play. We'll call his name a lot tonight on defense.
Sure we will.
We're going to call it a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. The Braves on the 46-yard line now. Smith has 4 wide receivers on this 2nd down play. Here's the snap. He's back to pass. Here comes the rush. Almost had him. Now he uncorks one. It's up for grabs. This one is almost picked off by Kester. That was a dangerous throw by Jay Smith, and he's lucky to get it back.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where you're getting pressured. All your wide receivers are up deep down the field. What else do you do? Then you're either taking a sack or you're uncorking one there. He tried to uncork it.
Well, I wonder if he thought maybe I'll just overthrow everybody, but got a lot of air underneath it. That brings up 3rd down and 8. Applying a lot of pressure was Colton LeCrone that time. Colton LeCrone and Dagan Dean have been terrorizing quarterbacks from their defensive end positions all year. We've got a stoppage of play and timeout. It is a timeout called by the Bonner Springs Brave. It's 7-0, 3:54 to go here in the first. We'll take a break.
Cardinal Drug Store, located at 103 East Main in downtown Chanute, is a small-town pharmacy and gift store which includes an old-fashioned soda fountain. They specialize in compounds and vaccines. They also supply many types of medical items. Cardinal Drug Store is your one-stop shop for all of your healthcare needs. KFEX and Comet Vision are so grateful for your support.
Welcome back. 3:54 to go here in the first quarter. Chanute leads it 7-0 after a tie-leading run into the end zone on their first possession. The Braves of Bonner Springs currently on their second possession, near midfield, but a 3rd and 8 upcoming.
Yep, coming off timeout there. Looked like they just almost ran out of time on the play clock and had to.
Here's Smith back to pass. He's going to float one out to Parks, who Lucky to still have his helmet attached. As Kedrick Emling sized him up, and it's an incomplete pass. Well, quarterback didn't do Parks any favors. Kind of lobbed that one up there a little. Just looked like it got caught up in the air a little too long.
Yeah, you wish he'd put a little more zip on that if you're Bonner Springs.
So 4th down and 8 upcoming in the punting unit out on the field. Jay Smith, the senior quarterback, some body language, got his head down out there. Still 7-0. He's going to uncork a punt. Seamster is going to let it hit the turf and field it off the bounce. Now he's going to try and move it upfield as he tries to run over a defender who eventually brings him down after a gain of 3 more yards after the initial hit. Chanute will start there. Well, Jaden, what's the feeling in the school been this week? What's the expectation and the feeling been in the school? Has it just been one of excitement, or has there been a feeling of like, oh, we're going to win this game?
I think it's been, oh, we're going to win this game. I mean, from what we've seen here, they've given up 6 points at home. So it's just been a lot of hype behind this team. But I think they can still live up to it. I don't think it's too much. I think it's very possible we can still win this game by a good margin.
1st and 10, Herb's got Seamster behind him, going to toss it to him. He's got a room on the outside, and again, they got to stop those tackles when they blow the whistle there. Had a guy trying to wrestle Seamster down, he just couldn't do it. Gain of 8 on 1st down. Well, if Chanute's offense continues to move the ball this easily, we could see the kind of game that maybe the school was expecting. Herb on 2nd and short. He's got 4 wides. Here's the snap and a give to Leedy, and he ran right into a blitz. He'll lose a few.
Yeah, you saw all the line kind of go to the right for that run, and they had, or go to the right for the run, and one of the Bonner Springs player was able to just kind of zip around the left and get behind Leedy there.
If they're going to bring that blitz more often, you may see Chanute switch to that check with me. They do that sometimes on offense where they'll line up and then check with the coaches to see if they want to change the play.
Yep.
That brings up 3rd and 5. From the 33, Herb's got it. He waggles to his left, looking down the field, now stops and throws. Seamster can't come up with it. Incomplete pass. And Chanute's special teams will most likely take the field here.
Yeah, it looked like he had Custer open deep, but moving to his left, it just didn't seem like he thought he could make that pass without getting the flat foot start to throw it.
So Colton LeCrone on to punt. Haven't called on him too much this season. On 4th down and 5. Here's the snap. Colton's got it. Gets a good one away. It's going to hit the turf and roll Chanute's way inside the 35-yard line. Flag comes down. That might be an illegal block on a Bonner Springs player. So Bonner Springs may lose that great field position they were about to start off with. Let's see what kind of call we get here. It is a personal foul. They don't really elaborate. That's going to scoot them back 15 yards. They have not moved the ball well enough here in their first 2 drives to be able to handle many of those. And it has been some early penalties and mistakes by Bonner Springs here that have not done them any favors.
Oh, yeah, especially that defensive penalty down in their own territory earlier on the drive that led to a touchdown. Those aren't yards you're going to want to give Chanute.
Well, and the personal foul, too, we've seen over the course of the season that Chanute is not immune to not being quite fully into a game. And we've seen this over and over where teams get chippy with them, and it just kind of wakes them up. 1st and 10 from the 18. Here's the quarterback draw by Smith, and the ball pops up in the air. It is out, and the Blue Comets have it.
Man, what a hit. Pop that ball out.
Well, we'll see exactly what happened on the replay. The quarterback draw on Smith, running it to the left side, and it is poked out of there by, looks like number 2, Dagan Dean. And the Blue Comets now have great field position on the Brave 21-yard line. We'll see if we get a steady diet of one Ty Leedy here.
Very well
There's a
might.
man in motion. It's Erb back to pass. He's got a lot of people coming after him. It's a little crossing pattern to Seamster. Makes the man miss and has it down inside the 10. Well, that was such a smart play by Erb. The blitz is coming. They get through, and he finds his little safety release valve. He knows Seamster's going to be coming across the field on that short pattern. And that was the spot that most of that defense had just vacated. First and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it was just a perfect read by Herb.
Rarely see him in any sort of panic. Here's the snap. He's looking to pass over here to the side to Kester, and he is in. Touchdown. 5-yard touchdown pass to Cam Kester from Eric Erb. So 6 more points for the Blue Comets here in the first quarter. And Starkright out for the extra point. Here's the snap. Wright's got it up in the air. And the kick is good. The soccer player puts it through the uprights, makes it 14-0. Chanute leads. 2:13 to go in the first quarter. You're watching a Comet Vision KFEX production.
From kickoff to the final lap, from Pee-wees to the weekend pros, our team of doctors can help with the diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries. Wherever you are in your sports journey, Labette Health Sports Medicine Team has the training, experience, and skill to repair, restore, and renew. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine program, go to labettehealth.com.
Welcome back to Chanute High School. The Blue Comets, the 2 seed in the East, leading the 15 seed Bonner Springs 14-0 here in the first quarter. Good night so far for Chanute. See if they can keep it going now. Starkright set to kick. It's another short one. The upback's got it. About the 23, and he's trying to find a hole, and there isn't one to be had. Bonner Springs will start near their 28. Well, Bonner Springs, true to form, have come out pretty balanced. Neither of which has really worked to any extent so far against this Chanute defense. And if we're looking early, if we're trying to make a judgment early, it's that Chanute's defense up to the task.
Yeah, and it seems like the Braves are still feeling them out. They can't quite figure out what's going on, and now they found themselves in a 14-point hole.
So here's Jay Smith in the shotgun. He turns, gives to Parks, keeps the ball, and maybe should have given to Parks.
Yeah,
He had nowhere to go. Dagan Dean on the hit. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, I think Jacob Aguilar was in on that one too. Senior for the Comets.
Yeah, this is a Bonner Springs team that was scored points this year. They lost to Paola by 20 points, but they scored 21. This is not a team that's used to being shut down.
Yeah,
and
same
right now
thing.
they seem to be scuffling and trying to find a place to attack Chanute.
It was the same thing with Piper last week. Lost by 20, but still put 21 up on the board.
Here's a little bootleg by the quarterback. He's got nowhere to go and stiff-armed his way into an escape.
Yeah, the Crone was all over him.
Jay Smith's not a little guy, so he's able to hold off Colton LaCrone. And he's managed to throw that ball away once he got outside the pocket. Bring up 3rd and 9, though. Another 3rd and long for the Braves. And Chanute's defense can pin their ears back. Do they bring a blitz here? They haven't brought one tonight, but
I mean, they haven't had to. You see,
No.
like on plays just like the last one, they only bring 4 or 5 guys, and they're still getting to the quarterback and into the backfield.
they do just bring the regular rush. And here's a fake run and a pass, and that's way over the head of the wide receiver. Even if it wasn't, Brinkman was there. And that's going to bring up 4th down again. Well, Chanute's defense continues to play as advertised. We wondered, you just don't know what to expect once you get to these playoff situations. And even though Bonner Springs is 1-7, different opponents, you just never know what you're going to see. But Chanute's defense so far has not been phased. Here's the punt. It's away from Seamster. It's actually a good directional punt. Seamster's going to pick it up at the 25 and not really have much running room as he's forced out of bounds. And he's hit again very late.
Yeah, he was outside of the soccer lines when he got hit.
What is going on?
I don't know, but that should be a call if you ask me. I mean,
I actually stopped watching the play. It was so over.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens on the replay.
Once he gets it, he's about.
There he is. And oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's about 6-7 yards out of bounds when he gets pushed over.
Maybe a little acting on Seamster's part, but my goodness.
Still, yeah. Yeah, like you were saying about the record, that's just the crazy thing about high school and high school sports is you come into these playoff situations and record almost doesn't really mean anything. It's about how you played, and so.
Well, and really the only question mark I had about Chanute was through no fault of their own, you could say their strength of schedule wasn't very good this year just because of circumstances, because the SEK schools were all very, very young.
Yep.
1st and 10 on the 33. Here's Herb. Seamster's going to motion behind him. He's going to call for a quick timeout. The play clock was running out. We'll take the timeout with him. Chanute leads it 14-0. You're watching a Comet Vision KFEX production of Chanute High School football.
KFEX 93.1 FM and Comet Vision are excited to partner with Dr. Grant Gastineau. Dr. Gastineau graduated from Chanute High School and is committed to supporting the activities of the youth of Chanute. Thank you, Dr. Gastineau. We appreciate your support.
$105 to go here. Still first quarter, Jaden. This is Chanute goes down the field here. This is in danger of becoming a laugher really quick.
Yeah, I mean, Chanute's just playing their brand of football. They're making gritty defensive plays and making big offensive bursts. It hasn't helped a couple big penalties from the Braves, and of course that fumble by Smith. So
I made a personal promise to myself that I wasn't going to talk about any possibilities for next week until at least halftime. So we're not checking any scores.
But, I mean, they're making it hard for us.
Trips to the far side on this first down play. Here's Herb. Turns, gives to Leedy. Leedy outruns a guy to his left, cuts it back. Maybe a face mask in there that wasn't called. Doesn't matter. He's got 12 yards on a first down.
Yeah, we were talking about his ability to follow a blocker earlier, and that just the way that was kind of a misdirect. He showed he can make plays on his own, too.
Yeah, the safety, boy, it almost looked like he could have hurt his hand there. Looked like he almost got a cotton Ty Leedy's face mask, and lucky for him, it didn't get stuck in there. Pull a finger out of joint or something. 1st and 10 from the 46 now. Here's Seamster behind him. It's going to be that little toss to the right. Now Seamster's going to throw it. He's got a man. Kester wide open. 20, 15, 10. Wrestled down inside the 10. What a play.
I think you could say the Braves weren't expecting that one.
Well, that's one where Chanute just has an embarrassment of riches. Seamster, who had to play quarterback much of the year last year after Herb got hurt as a freshman, has an arm, as you just witnessed.
And it was caught by Custer, who also played some quarterback last year
in
that situation.
He did. First and goal from the 5. Here's Herb. Give to Ty Leedy. Leedy up the middle. Stretching and scoring. Another 5-yard touchdown run. That's his second on the night.
That's what Leedy does best, just pounding the rock in.
Another 6 points here in the first quarter. 4 seconds left in the first quarter. And Chanute leads 20-0. Stark right. Will try for his third extra point of the quarter. The snap is down, the kick is up, and he's been perfect. 21-0. Chanute leads it. We'll take a short break.
Shields Motors, 814 West Cherry in Chanute is your complete Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram truck dealer. Shields has a large inventory of new and used vehicles to meet your every need, as well as a full-service body and service department to a full parts department. For over 30 years, Shields Motors has been in the Chanute community. They support the efforts of the many volunteers who help guide our youth through the Christian-based Firescape Coffee House and KFEX Radio. Shields Motors is proud to help underwrite this broadcast.
Well, Jaden, any thought, any wondering if Chanute was going to come out here focused? All those questions have been put to rest. This is a sharply focused and energized Chanute Blue Comet team right here, hosting a playoff game here in round 1 against the 15 seed in the East, Bonner Springs. And they have jumped all over the Braves to the tune of 21 points here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think sharply focused might be an understatement. I mean, have they made a major mistake yet?
Not that we've seen. Here's a pooch kick taken by the up back of the 30. That was shorter than even the last couple. Makes a good move, stays on his feet, and is finally wrestled down around the 33. That looked like number 24 was in on that play. Cade Small, freshman.
Typically you see Wright with these kind of big, long kicks, but I think being a two-sport athlete, playing the whole soccer season, playing all these football games, and we've seen how much effort he puts in after he kicks the ball on the football team. I think just kind of starting to catch up with him, starting to get kind of those knick-knacky injuries.
Well, and the other thing too is like, if you trust your defense implicitly, like I'm sure Coach Frizzell does, I mean, why risk it? Why risk giving them a big return by letting them have lots of room on that deep kick and spreading out the field for them? Just kick that pooch kick and let your guys get down there and make them start around the 35. And that's kind of what they're doing right now. They have yet to kick one deep. It's going to be the start of the second quarter now as we ended the first quarter as we were talking there. And Bonner Springs will go on offense again. Seamster and Jackson Coombs back there at the safeties. Here's Small with the handoff to Parks, who hadn't had a handoff in a while. And this time he's tripped up. Great play right there by Kedrick Emling. Emling is so fast on those plays to the outside.
This has got to be frustrating so far for a player like Parks. He's so explosive. I mean,
he has yards comparable to Ty Leedy on the year. He had, that's what you have in your book there is not quite right. He has 700 and some yards. Yeah, so it's a good yardage total for him.
Yep.
But he has had no room so far tonight. 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Smith. We're going to have a false start.
Bit of a high snap there.
White Hat gets into position to make the call. It is a false start.
Let's see if we can see who jumps here. I think 62 came off the line just a tad bit fast, and that's what they caught him on.
That's why those referees make the big bucks. It was more than I could see.
That'd be Zane Clark, I think. is who.
So 2nd down and 15 now. And this is, you get into these obvious passing situations. This is where Chanute becomes even more dangerous. Those defensive linemen can just pin their ears back and think pass, 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 and I'm going to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Here's Smith with the snap. Here comes the defense. He lets one go. It's up in the air, and it's easily defendable, and I think that's an interception. I think that is an interception. That was not... No, they call that a catch by the offense. I think that is a bad call. That was not a dual possession catch. The receiver reached in after the interception.
Yeah,
Sean Williams, I think what you're going to see here is Sean Williams make an interception.
I think I have to agree with you, Dave. I mean, this looks like that's in Williams' hands first.
Yeah, that receiver did not have that ball. That is a bad call.
That's really a blown call there, yeah.
It's a tough call to see for the referee. He was shielded off, but they're going to give Bonner Springs the first down. So a break for Bonner Springs as they cross midfield for the first time.
Well, he may not got the interception call, but what a read on that ball. Williams getting up there and catching it.
Here's the handoff to Parks, and he's going to lose 4 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And he is frustrated as he pounds the ball into the turf.
Yep,
There was just nothing there.
Looked like Brian Jacket and who else was in on the Brian Jacket and Dagan Dean looked like
Just
getting back there.
Chanute absolutely winning the battle in the trenches right now.
Yeah.
2nd down and 14.
And with that, I mean, I feel like we haven't called the same names more than 3 or 4 times. They're just, everybody's getting in there and getting themselves some.
An embarrassment of riches for the Blue Comets across the field. Here's a quick out to the wide receiver who tries to dance, makes the man miss, but going to end up gaining about 4 yards.
Almost got back to the original yard of scrimmage there.
Jacket ended up out there again. So 3rd down and 11. Clock runs, under 9.5 to go here in the first half. Dominated so far by the Blue Comets of Chanute. Bonner Springs going to have to probably put another one in the air here after the last one was almost picked off. Senior quarterback Jay Smith has 4 wide receivers. Here's the snap. He's going to face some pressure. Here comes the rush. He was hit as he threw, and that ball will fall harmlessly incomplete, but he paid for it as Dagan Dean hit him square in the back.
Oh, man. Look at that.
They almost could have got that offensive lineman for holding, except Dagan Dean just bowled him over anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I know that was a defensive play by Dean, but they might see that on Get Up Tuesday morning when Jeff Saturday hands out the pancakes. That was huge.
So the punting unit out there for Bonner Springs, and the ball was low, but punter manages to come up with it and gets it away. And here comes Seenster as he tries to make a juke, and nothing there. Gets up a little gingerly. He was twisted down, but it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Blue Comets. Got a flag on the field. It is holding on the Blue Comets, so they'll be backed up here to start this possession.
Is that the first Comet penalty of the night?
I believe it is. They haven't done much wrong tonight. We'll see how they choose to attack here.
Yep, they haven't
with
done
their
much wrong, and the scoreboard reflects it.
With their worst starting position of the game, probably. Starting from their own 11-yard line. Here is the give to Ty Leedy. Leedy following some blockers, and he's got some room off to the left side. Sometimes you just don't know how he makes it through.
Yeah, here's a shifty little player. And just like that, he gets them to the field position they've had most of the game so far.
Picked up about 14 yards. He's got these little stutter step.
Yeah, 14 yards, and just about all of it was after contact.
1st down and 10 on the 26 now. 4 wide receivers for Eric Erb. Now Bonner Springs showing blitz. It's a little quick out, and that was a little forced. Erb may have rushed it a little bit, felt that blitz coming.
Yep.
And the throw was just a little bit off.
Poor pass, just kind of low and out in front of him there.
Dean didn't have much of a shot to do anything with it anyways, had he even caught it. So 2nd down and 10 upcoming. From the 26-yard line. Herb has it. Gives to Ty Leedy. Leedy following the big blocker again, and he's dragging a defender out to 1st down yardage.
Just a bear crawl with a defender wrapped all around him.
Oh, they were grabbing. They were holding on to his ankles for dear life.
He got 3 yards with a Brave wrapped around his ankle.
1st and 10 out to the 37. It's been the Ty Leedy show thus far. There's a man in motion seamster. The give is to him on the jet sweep. Boy, he looked like he was going to put that ball back and try to throw it, but nothing doing. And he's going to lose a couple. Bonner has played the jet sweeps actually pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, that one, I don't know if I've ever seen that. That was like a jet sweep RPO.
You know, it's interesting. I wouldn't expect the Blue Comets to get tricky again tonight when they don't need to. Why show anything in the playbook? But Bonner Springs is selling out so hard on their simple plays, the jet sweep. Without any of the creativity they could go off it, man, they're just going to be open and susceptible to any sort of misdirect or fake or reverse.
Yep.
Here's the snap. Blitz picked up well. Herb corks one down the field. It's just going to be over Dean's head. Now there was some contact between the defensive player and Dagan, but I think the officials did a good job keeping the flag in their pocket on that one. Just incidental.
Yeah, it looked pretty much 50-50 between the two of them, too. It didn't look like one was getting a significant advantage off that.
I do like that, Jaden, when they allow a minimum of hand fighting and stuff. It's always so annoying when you get a call there when the offensive player is doing it just as much as the defensive player. Like, you know, at what point is some of it part of the game, and they let that one go, and I think that's the right call.
Yep, I would completely agree.
3rd and 12. Herb. Whoa, here comes the blitz. He's going to have to run for his life. Now he looks for someone to pass to, and honestly, that was basically just a throwaway.
Yeah, Brandon Andrew, the senior, in there, number 8.
Peyton Parks was back there as well. And that was just one of those where they blitzed from the right side that the play was going. It was just a lucky break for Bonner Springs and a bad break for Chanute. Now Colton Lacrone will come on to punt. Standing back at his own 23, he's got it. Uncorks a good end-over-end punt. This one's going to hit at the 27, take a Chanute bounce, and be picked up by Dagan Dean at the 22.
Yeah. It's good by Dagan to pick it up there. That looked like it was about to bounce back the Braves way a yard or two.
So 6:35 to go here in the first half. Bonner Springs has forced a couple punts out of Chanute tonight, but still trail 21-0.
I'd say they forced a couple punts out of Chanute, but Chanute's forced almost nothing but punts out of Bonner Springs.
Yeah, Bonner Springs offense, aside from a very questionable dual possession to the offense call, has really not mustered much of anything.
They really haven't.
And Jay Smith comes out to try and lead the offense again.
I think a big piece of that's been the pressure from the Comets front line so far.
Peyton Parks. Boy, everything up the middle is just, there's nothing there. Emling there.
I think Tucker Davis might have been on that one. Just a whole mess of blue.
And Peyton Parks, the running back for Bonner Springs, has been visibly frustrated at times. And that is not an abnormal thing.
Yeah, like we said earlier, he had 700-some yards on the season. He's not used to this level of pressure.
They did give him a yard on the carry, 2nd down and 9. We'll see how they choose to attack this. 3 on the play clock. It is another give to Peyton Parks, and he's wrapped up and brought down. Emling again.
Dean in on that one too. Looked
My
like it was.
goodness, Kedrick Emling is just a monster on the defensive end.
And it was, yeah. And it was Dean there. Dean's been kind of quietly getting in here on some of these combination tackles.
And there was a hold on the offense. This is going to send them back. Now, the defense is, they're saying they want to decline it, boys. Tell me what's a high school defense, moxie move to look at your coach and say, decline it, coach. We don't need it. We don't need the extra yards. They got to get 9 yards. They ain't going to do it.
You just they just had a nothing play, and, that holding play would have brought it back to second down. So they want to get themselves back off the field here. Take the 3rd and 9.
Such a macho move to decline that, and your players are, oh, Smith. Oh, my goodness. He just kind of slipped.
Yeah, just tripped on the 21, it looked like.
The field monster got him. That was weird. I'm glad he's okay. It looked like something in his foot gave out, but he just kind of slipped, and I'm going to tell you something. It may have been beneficial to his health.
Yeah, he looks like he has some sort of knee protection on there. So
Dean and Colton LaCrone were sizing him up, and Dean had a head of steam coming from his blind side when that happened.
And hey, that's exactly why you declined that penalty there.
4th and 16. Here comes another punt for the Braves. This one's a shank. It's going to hit at the 35. It takes a Brave bounce and rolls out at the 44-yard line. They don't even make it to midfield, and that's where the Blue Comets will take over.
Yeah, it took a Brave bounce, but the Comets are still going to start 6 or 7 deep into the Brave territory.
So Chanute with 4:38 here to go in the first half can add to the lead. I would venture a guess as to what they were going to do, but they've flustered me. I haven't called a play right yet. Chanute very balanced, keeping the defense off balance. Oh, and here's Bonner Springs jumping on the hard count. Jumping around like Richard Simmons, the sweating of the oldies.
Oh, yeah, it was the big man, 73.
Jumping like me on Thanksgiving when someone says, hey, let's.
Yeah.
Oh, are we eating?
Jaden Flores, big man there, and also
Here comes the blitz.
Jeremiah.
Big hole for Ty Leedy. He's got big yards to the right side, all the way down to the 22-yard line. Well, they brought the blitz, and Chanute had a huge gaping hole. And boy, if someone doesn't get a hold of his ankles and trip him up, that might be 6 more.
I mean, that was a hole you could drive an SUV through.
Big hole. 1st and 10 from the Bonner Springs 22 now. Herb with 4 wide receivers. They were going to bring the blitz again. This one stopped, and he's got a man easy over the middle. It's an easy pass and catch down to the 10.
Great block by Leedy there to give Herb the time to find that pass.
I'm going to tell you, all 4 of those wide receivers were open on that play too. He could have literally thrown to any of those 4 wide receivers. Bonner Springs has chosen we're going to sell out and just blitz and hope we can get to the quarterback, but I don't think that's going to work for them.
Yeah. No, they're playing like me and Madden, just blitzes all the time.
1st and 10. Here's Emling in motion. He's going to be a extra blocker in there for Leedy. Leedy cuts it back to the middle. He tries to get a few yards and does. That's a pretty good gain from how that started. Gain of 4. So down near the goal line here, says everything gets a little bit more compact. Bonner Springs had that read pretty well, but Leedy makes a good individual effort play and gets 4 yards. 2nd and goal from the 6.
That's what he can do for you. We've seen it all game long.
We'll see here if they run behind sophomore Augustus Thurston on that right tackle. Nope. They're going to send Leedy out. Herb's going to look for the pass. He's running for his life. Makes a move and going to get wrestled down back at the 20. So a nice play by number 8, Brandon Andrew, the linebacker on the blitz.
A 14-yard loss on that blitz. Herb just tried to keep the game, tried to keep the play alive, and really, I think that what that shows is the extra blocking level that Tyleti gives you to get Herb that time.
Well, Herb, the left-hander, that came from his blind side. He just didn't recognize it fast enough. And by the time he did, he just didn't know if he could. It seemed like his only chance was to try and escape that blitz as he came fast. That was a nice, fast blitz. That brings up 3rd and 18. Here's Herb back to pass. It's just a little crossing pattern to Sean Williams. He's got a line of blockers. 10, 5, touchdown. Well, what a play by the Blue Comets.
What a run after catch by Williams there.
18-yard pass and catch. Herb to Sean Williams. 27-0, the senior, Sean Williams.
Pop it in there for Chanute's 4th touchdown. See if Wright can convert here.
Stark right. Here's the snap. Stark's got it. Kicks it through the uprights again. He's 4 for 4 and extra points. 2:04 to go in the first half. Chanute leads it 28-0 here in the first round of the playoffs. You're watching Comet Vision, KFEX's production of Chanute High School playoff football.
Missing that human touch at your bank? At Community National Bank and Trust, you'll be able to talk with a real person. Community National Bank is small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Your busy lifestyle requires banking options like mobile deposit and people-to-people pay. With locations in Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, Community National Bank and Trust can help keep your finances safe and your spending smarter. Online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured. Locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. Trying to look at some other scores around the area to keep you up to date. Erie tied with Wellsville at the end of one. We'll be looking for some more local area scores and some playoff relevant scores for the halftime show. Stay tuned for halftime. We'll have the Chanute High School Marching Band playing. Usually cheerleaders will have a little number as well. Labette Health halftime show coming up. Stark right. Kick is away. It's a squibber. Line drive to number 3, and he's at the 28 and just gets gobbled up by number 12 for the Chanute Blue Comets. That is Isaac Dalton, a sophomore. I mean, look at the blessings that Chanute has where they can put sophomores and freshmen out on their special teams and they don't miss a beat.
Yeah, I mean, it shows the depth this team has, and we were talking earlier how young the SEK is, but
I mean, Chanute's a young team.
Chanute's the elder statesman of the league and still a really young team.
I mean, their 2 main cogs on offense are sophomores, Herb and Tyleti.
They're both juniors.
Oh, excuse me, juniors.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Nothing doing on first down there. Quarterback keeper gets them back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. We're under 2 to go here in the first half. And Bonner Springs not trying to get too dangerous yet. We'll see if they uncork a pass here.
Yeah, I mean, Bonner Springs just really nothing going rushing-wise after an over 200-yard rushing game against Piper last week.
The passing game's been an adventure for them. Here's Smith back to pass. He uncorks one deep. He's well covered and just nothing there. Cam Kester, great coverage down the sideline.
Gets his hands on the ball for the 2nd time tonight defensively, but still unable to come up with a pick.
And now if you're Bonner Springs, you're in a dangerous spot here on 3rd and 10. You throw another incompletion, and Chanute's going to get this ball with good field position, over a minute to go, and 2 timeouts. I mean, I don't know how much more danger they could possibly be in. They're down 28-0. But do they run the ball here just to force Chanute to use a timeout?
Yeah, I mean, you might. I know 2 weeks ago we saw a running clock for the majority of the second half with Chanute getting up 35-0. So you definitely don't want to let that happen.
Here's the snap. A waggle to the right is thrown downfield, and that's actually a good pitch and catch, and that's going to be enough for the first down. So Bonner Springs gets a pretty important first down there to the outside. It was not an easy throw. Not a lot of room, decent coverage. But it's a first down for Bonner Springs with 1:10 to go here in the first half. Jay Smith will have trips to the near side. Here's the snap. He's uncorking another pass. Little quick button hook by the receiver. He's forced out of bounds. That'll stop the clock.
That'll be number 80, Kalen Street.
Chanute giving them plenty of room there. Just don't want to get beat deep here with time running out in the first half. Got number 17. That's Trey Dillo in there at a safety position now.
Yeah, looks like they're going 3 deep there.
Smith has it. It's back to pass. Looking on the crossing pattern, but it's in the hands of number 9, Alex Amayo, who's clutching his helmet in disbelief.
Yep, he knew he should have had that one.
He had a step on the defender, and that was going to be a probable good gain there. As Leedy that would have been a tough tackle for him to make from behind, running full speed. 3rd down and 2, 59 seconds to go. Here's the snap. Smith's got it. Another quick pass, and that is off to the side of the receiver, and he couldn't come up with it. Well, that pass was a little off target. Brings up an interesting call upcoming here for the Braves. 4th down and 2 yards on their own 44-yard line with 55 seconds to go in the half. And I know it's 2 yards, but that's anything but a gimme against this defense. They've got the offense on the field.
Yeah, you almost want to instinctually say, 55 seconds left. You want to try to get a score here in the half. Try to shift the momentum.
Here's Smith. It's that student body right play, and he's going to stretch it out. Oh, he breaks the tackle. Nice play by the quarterback, Jay Smith. Ran through some arm tackles. And it's a first down for Bonner Springs.
Yeah, that's got to be one of their bigger rushing plays so far this game.
Best offensive drive for the Braves tonight. We're going to get a timeout here to stop the clock with 47 seconds. We'll take it with them. Chanute leads 28-0, but Bonner Springs driving. Come on back.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, located right across the street from Royster Middle School in downtown Chanute, is in the business of making you feel better, faster. With 3 licensed pharmacists, the Medicine Shop has the knowledge to know the right drugs and the proper dosage to ensure your safety. If you're not quite up to your game, Medicine Shop offers delivery to your door. The Medicine Shop, a proud underwriter of the Chanute Blue Comets.
Welcome back as you watch a replay of a good running play by Jay Smith. Probably the best play of the night, running-wise, for the Braves. 47 seconds to go. They're on the Chanute 47. Here's Smith. Smith's waggling to his right, looking down the field. It's caught. Another little button hook play by the receivers. Chanute's defenders still giving them plenty of room. Just keeping the receivers in front of them. That might be part of what's going on here is they're basically playing something like a prevent right now.
Yeah, they just want to try not to give up the big score, but it's starting to hurt them. You might want to, if you're Coach Roselle here, just go back to what's been working all game and try to have that help run out these last 40 seconds here.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Cam Kester has been known to make a jump on these plays. They keep running these little button hooks, and the defenders are going to key in on it. Now he's forced out of the pocket. He wanted it, but he had to escape, and he's forced out of bounds. That was Colton Crone in the backfield, and then number 57, Jacob Aguilar, finished him off. Did get back to the line of scrimmage. So second down and 10, 31 seconds left. They were going to do it again, though. They're just sending the receiver about 5-6 yards down the field. And
they have another receiver to block for him, too, and that's what's been kind of tripping him up. But Custer was able to get around that play that time. So even if he hadn't been forced out of the pocket, it didn't look like he had that same option.
Same play. Waggling quarterback. He's looking down the field, and that ball's picked. That ball was picked off, and he was never open at any time.
Yeah,
Ty Leedy with the interception.
Yeah, Ty Leedy all over the field. A couple of rushing touchdowns and an interception.
So 1st and 10, Blue Comets, as they force a turnover. Jay Smith just threw that one right to Ty. Stark Wright's coming. I like the way he's thinking. He's coming over here to practice some field goals, just in case they get into field goal position here.
Yep. I mean, we've seen time and time again anything's possible with this team. So
1st and 10 on their own 27. I would anticipate we're going to see a run, but you never know. Here's the snap. I'm wrong. Nope, it's a quarterback draw. I'm right. Herb shakes off a tackler, and he's hit down hard at the 36. Every time he takes a hit like that after breaking his collarbone last year, you kind of hold your breath, but he bounces right back up.
it's a very scary thing in this sport. So
Timeout, Bonner Springs. Well, the interesting timeout taken there. We'll just keep it right here with 9 seconds to go here in the first half. I would suspect we are about to see some type of draw play, running play.
yeah, it doesn't really seem like Chanute's style to go, 65-yard Hail Mary right here. They'll probably just trying to do something similar to that last play with a keeper, or maybe they will hand it off this time.
It is interesting that Bonner Springs called a timeout. Maybe they just wanted to make sure their defense was sitting back a little bit, just in case Chanute decided to throw one long.
I think that's what it was. I think they just wanted to make sure the defense was set, ready for a play in case Chanute tried something quick.
And that appears to be the case, as the safety's already a good 15 to 20 yards off the ball here.
Yeah, it looks like they got 3 guys deep.
There's going to be room to run on this play. That much is for sure. 3-man front, and Herb's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to uncork one. This one's down the middle and picked off by number 8 for Bonner Springs, and he's got some room to run. Chased down by who else? Ty Leedy.
Yeah.
A flag on the play.
Brandon
Comes in
Andrew
late.
with the pick there.
So Eric Herb throws an interception because he just uncorks one deep.
Yeah.
We're running out of we're out of time. The clock shows zeros, but just in case this is a penalty on Chanute, which means that Bonner Springs would get an untimed down, but I doubt that that's where this penalty is going. This is probably going to be on the return.
Yep, here comes the white hat.
It is a personal foul, another personal foul on Bonner Springs. And that is the end of the first half. Stay tuned for the Chanute High School Marching Band Labette Health halftime show coming up. Chanute leads 28-0. You're watching Comet Vision, KFEX production of Chanute High School football.
For years, Jared Gilmore in Phillips, PA has been providing quality financial guidance to local individuals and businesses. Their expertise ranges from basic tax management and accounting services to more in-depth services such as audits, financial statements, QuickBooks support, and payroll. Jared Gilmore in Phillips, PA has backed Chanute's youth in all their endeavors from the classroom to extracurricular activities. They're proud to help support the youth of Chanute by underwriting this KFEX broadcast.
Pet Headquartered in Fredonia, Ehlert Construction Services was founded in southeast Kansas as a small regional contractor and has now grown into a national heavy industrial construction company with regional offices across the United States. The Ehlert family is proud of our southeast Kansas roots because we know that the people of southeast Kansas make great employees. At Ehlert, we know that employees are our greatest asset, and we're committed to investing in the growth of our employees and our community. Ehlert Construction Services, proud to support the youth of southeast Kansas through the Firescape Coffee House and KFVX Firescape Radio.
will perform the song, Color All
They say
Monsters.
what time it's
Searched by Ms. Jensen Hall and Zoe Stewart.
there to do the kids.
Your music's on. Jensen Hall and Zoe Stewart. Now we're going to direct your attention to the north end of the zone.
Yeah, it was good to see you again.
That's going to be Blaine Rada. And it's good. From the pie. For the Premier National Bank College kick for Bash. Next station on the way, quarterback. Putin for the five. Stepping it off, and Abu!
Welcome back. Labette Health Halftime Show here out at Chanute High School, where the Blue Comets lead Bonner Springs 28-0. Jaden, what do you see out there? What do we even talk about? I don't even know what to talk about. It's like a broken record with Chanute. Same old, same old.
Yeah, it's one of those games where, like, we don't have anything to talk about because they've been doing everything good for Chanute. Like, they've been all over the run game for Bonner Springs. They were able to start kind of stringing a couple passes together towards the end of that half, but really they were mostly all over the passing game too. And offensively, I mean, Tyleti especially, they've been unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that there at the end of the half that wasn't a product of Chanute kind of sitting back in like a prevent defense, letting them complete those underneath passes, string together some first downs. It still ended in an interception to end that drive that Bonner Springs had put together, probably their best drive of the night. What we've seen is what we expected. A Chanute offense that is very balanced. Pick your poison as far as you're trying to defend them. You know, you just don't know. You could come up and try and stuff the run if you want, but if you do that, you're going to leave yourself susceptible to the pass. Eric Erb makes great decisions as a junior quarterback, and usually, for the most part, makes the right decisions. He's been very solid for weeks now. And offensively, if you're Bonner Springs, well, you've seen the frustration from their running back, Peyton Parks, who's over 700 yards this year. As it expects there to be, I think it's more used to there being more room to run on this. Bonner Springs is not a team that has trouble scoring. They are 1-7, but it's not because for lack of offense. And tonight they've just been completely shut down.
Well, yeah, and the crazy part about Parks' problem is that the Comets aren't even really blitzing. It's just been 4-man, maybe a 5-man rush here and there. But that's really what it's been. Is it's just been a regular up front attack, and Parks has still found no room to move.
Yeah, it's been kind of vanilla, except for one play for Chanute's offense. They busted out a kind of a trick play where they had Seamster throw a pass deep down the middle, but for the most part, you've just seen basic offense and basic defense for the Blue Comets, and that has been enough to stake themselves to a 28-0 lead. If we're looking at scores here, interesting scores as far as playoff relevance goes. Chanute, if they go on to win this game, which seems like there's a good chance of that happening, they'll play the winner of this game at halftime. Tonganoxie and Bishop Miege are tied 13-13 up there in Tonganoxie. Bishop Miege, of course, a traditional power here in the 4A. They play mostly bigger schools throughout the regular season. So I think that score might be surprising for some people, even though the Bishop Miege is technically the lower seed. And I think most people just kind of assumed Bishop Miege was going to win that game, and we were going to see them next week. But that's a game right now at halftime in Tongi. So we are look at some other SEK scores here.
But yeah, on that Bishop Miege score, that has been the team that is kind of the student body here at Chanute has been looking forward to. Hey, we're going to beat Bonner Springs, and then Bishop Miege is the team we have next. And so, of course, with them being a powerhouse, that's something we'd want to look forward to.
Don't know yet. Halftime. It's halftime. Tonganoxie Bishop Miege ties 13-13. Here's a score of note. Fort Scott only down 14-6 with a minute to go in the third. That's a SEK score there. Let's see. Other scores of area importance. Halstead over Larned, 6-0. Lawrence High over Topeka High right now, 34-7, up in 6A. It is Eudora beating the snot out of Ottawa, 40-6. That's a 4A battle. Might see Eudora in a couple weeks. Andover, Salina South are locked in a battle right now. Holcomb over Heston, 28-11. Parsons tied 14-14 at the half. Here's an onside kick attempt, and Chanute is all over it.
Start the half. Don't think I've seen that in high school football ever.
So Bonner Springs was trying to fake like they just came out of the huddle and kicked that real quick, trying to catch Chanute sleeping, but it was not to be.
I mean, that's a risk you don't really see taken to open up a half, but I guess when you're down by 28, you got to try whatever you can.
So Chanute takes over on their first possession of the second half at their own 48. Eric Erb, Ty Leedy, the junior backfield. Now Seamster will join him, the sophomore right behind him. Here's the snap, the give to Ty. Ty following his big blocker, hurdles the guy, dragging another defender for a gain of 14.
Ty Leedy just doing what he's been doing all season. You know, making people miss and running right through tackles.
I mean, you run out of superlatives. There's just not much more you can say about Ty Leedy, except for, I can't believe he's a junior still. It feels like we should just be, he seems like a senior in all those ways. He's very solid, he's smart, and he's just a great player. Brings up 1st and 10 in Bonner Springs territory now. Erb, back to pass. Oh, just off the hands of Caden Seamster.
Yeah, you can tell Seamster really wants that one back.
Going across the middle there. Maybe got caught trying to run with that before he caught it. There's a lot of traffic.
Also could have just been, Erb got that off quick. Mm-hmm. So it could have just been that he wasn't quite expecting for the pass to be coming to him yet.
2nd down and 10. Trips to the far side. Here is the play, the give to Ty Leedy. Big hole up the middle. He's a lightning bolt. 5, touchdown.
Nothing but green grass there for Ty Leedy. Just a huge hole all the way down to the end zone.
38 yards later, he hit 1.21 gigawatts, and it's 6 points for the Chanute Blue Comets. There's nothing but a trail of fire behind him. My goodness.
Just another unbelievable play from an unbelievable player.
34-0. Stark right on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And Chanute strikes quickly here in the second half thanks to Ty Leedy's third touchdown run of the night. It's 35-0. Chanute leads. We'll be right back.
Home Savings Bank is a platinum underwriter here at the Fire Escape Coffee House. Home Savings Bank has been serving the Chanute area since 1886. Customer-owned and customer-driven, Home Savings Bank, located at 214 North Lincoln Avenue in Chanute, Kansas, is here to serve all your banking needs. Whether your needs are checking, savings account, safety deposit box, lending, or online banking, Home Savings Bank is here to help. Home Savings Bank is located on the internet at homesavingschanute.com. Home Savings Bank is committed to the youth of Southeast Kansas and helping the ministries at the Fire Escape Coffee House.
11:10 to go. Just 50 seconds off the clock for the first drive of the second half, and it ends with 6. And a Ty Leedy blaze of light for his third touchdown of the night. Not all this game's missing right now for the Chanute Blue Comets is a Stark right tackle on special teams. The kicker hasn't gotten in on the tackling action yet.
Yeah, I mean, part of that's been just kind of like pooch kick strategy here by the Comets. There hasn't been a lot of time for him to get to anybody.
Oh, we got the official running onto the field now. Hold on a minute. That was a deep kick, too.
There was a flag way back there.
It's a delay game. They just didn't get it off in time. The sideline official came running in there and forgot to, usually they're blowing their whistle. I'll move him back 5 yards here.
Yeah, I saw the flag come down, but it wasn't really a very, pronounced tossing the flag like it usually is. It looks like it almost just fell out of his pocket, so I didn't know if there was a penalty on that or not.
How does that happen? A delay a game on the kickoff? I don't think I've seen that before.
I can't say I have either.
Just took him longer than it needed to. Stark is getting the ball just so.
Yeah.
He was very deliberate there. We're down to 10 on the play clock. Here he goes. Here's the kick. It is a somewhat deep kick, taken at the 18, fumbled, but picked back up. And here comes the special teams defense, number 7.
It's going to be
Wyatt Costin. Junior in there with a great tackle.
Amazing play there by Wyatt.
Special teamers are having some fun tonight as they're flying down the field.
Yeah, it really didn't help Bonner Springs that that fumble on the reception of it. Probably could have got a couple more yards if he would have caught it clean.
So first down and 10, Bonner Springs offense. Their first appearance in the second half. They look shaky most of the first half. We'll see if senior quarterback Jay Smith can get something going here. Here's the handoff to Parks, who's had little to no running room, and he's stopped after a gain of 2 here.
Yeah, once again, just a whole mess of Blue Comets in there on the stop.
Half of the defense and Colton LeCrone in on that tackle. So 2nd and 8 upcoming from the 24-yard line. Well, and it seems like Bonner Springs has run hardly any runs to the outside. They've pretty much abandoned that, attempting to do that.
Well, yeah, like we touched on earlier, just the speed of LeCrone and Dean off the sides of that defensive line makes it hard to do that.
Smith, a little pass to the outside. This is completed for about 5 yards. Tackled immediately by Caden Seamster, who was over there on the coverage. And we thought we would see more of that coming into the game. More of those short, kind of easy passes.
Yeah, it seemed like they were just going too much, trying to make too much happen in that first half. They spent too much time trying to make big plays and try to get the run game going. And those short passes, those kind of, curl routes are what started working at the end of the half there. So I'm sure we'll see more of that.
3rd down and 4. Here's a waggle. Oh, a defender, Colton LeCrone, bowling over an offensive lineman, and that ball falls incomplete as it was a wild throw on the run by Jay Smith. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, the Crone just pushes his man a full 4 yards back.
Yeah, that was Peyton Parks, the running back who came up to try and help the tackle. 4th down and 4 coming, and Smith's going to go back into punting territory. Bonner Springs is going to give this ball right back to Chanute. 9:37 to go here in the 3rd. Snap, and here comes the kick, and boy, it's a short punt, and that's going to take a Bonner Springs roll down to the 39 or so. But that's where Chanute will have it.
Dean was right in there on the punter almost immediately.
Well, it was interesting because it looked like for a second I was like, oh, he's going to have a shot to block this. And then he kind of let up, and almost as if he maybe thought his angle wasn't good and he didn't want to take a chance of roughing the punter.
See, that's what I thought too. I think he realized he's putting pressure on the punter, but he was running at just like a straight perpendicular angle at the punter, so he's going to run into that leg if he tries to block that one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think it was a smart play.
Yeah, you take that outside rush, and the punter's already not back as far as you're used to having a punter back. So, yeah, it was probably just a smart holdup by Dagan. Here's Chanute on 1st down. Herb lets one go deep. He's got a man. It's just over the head of Dagan Dean.
Yeah, just a few yards deep over Dean there.
Dagan had his man beat by a couple steps. Eric puts a little bit more air under that ball, and that's probably 6.
Yeah, I mean, despite that play, though, Herb is just, man, what a talent from a junior who didn't play most of his sophomore season with that collarbone injury. So he's coming in here essentially a second-year player and is still making all these plays. It's ridiculous.
Jackson Coombs in the game at running back. We'll see if he gets an opportunity to run the ball here.
Have not heard much from Coombs this game, so we'll see what happens.
Almost jumped off sides there. Did Bonner Springs, and now we've got a probable delay of game.
Oh, yeah, they were trying the hard count there. Almost got Brandon Andrew over the line there.
I think the Chanute sideline thought he was over the line. And instead, the play clock runs out, and nobody's happy.
Yeah, this is
everyone on the field had their hands up like, what in the world?
Yep, this is only like the 3rd penalty for Chanute. I mean, this has been a fairly clean game, and of those 3 penalties, 2 of them have been delay of game.
So 2nd down and 15 now. There's a man in motion. That's Emling. He's going to be an extra blocker. Give to Coombs. Coombs got a big hole on the right side and dives forward. He's going to gain about 9, and we've got a late flag. We'll see what this is. It is another personal foul on Bonner Springs. My goodness. That is at least the 3rd or 4th personal foul tonight on Bonner Springs.
I think it might be the 3rd called one, but we also, I mean, if you remember, we had that no call on the far side, on the Bonner Springs sideline down there with Seamster getting pushed a little late. So it's been a lot of, kind of, rough. I think that's the only way to really say it, play from Bonner Springs.
Well, Chanute, and by the way, Chanute can kind of get mixed up in that from time to time and kind of get chippy with someone. They've done a good job tonight of being pretty level-headed, just going about their business. Here comes the blitz by Bonner Springs, and Herb's just going to throw this one away, out of bounds, as he hit the turf.
Yeah, Brandon Andrew in there again. The senior has just been in the backfield more times than I can count at this point.
Well, Bonner Springs has caught them off guard with that blitz a couple times tonight. And this time Herb was able to throw it away. He took a sack in the 2nd quarter on one of those. And then on another one, they had a little crossing route over the middle, was wide open on that blitz. We're able to get big yards out of it.
Yeah, but that sack he took, next play, they turn around, he hits Sean Williams for a touchdown, so.
2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Herb back to pass. He's got a man. That's Seamster on the little out. Makes a man miss, and then gets hit hard but stays on his feet momentarily. That's going to be enough for the first down, gain of 15.
Yeah, yet another connection between Herb and Seamster. It seems like they've been working it together all night.
Well, Seamster, a sophomore. That's just, that is in the back of my head right now, just thinking about this Chanute team who's the 2 seed in the East. It's had a very good season, and they're just so young. They still have so much coming back. Here's the turn and give to Coombs. Makes a nice cut to the left. He's got a lot of room. Now cuts back to the middle. He wanted 6, but finally is brought down. Well, they say he stepped out of bounds about the 14.
Yeah, he really wanted to try to get that touchdown there, try to get into the blue, but still, first down, great run from Coombs.
1st and 10 now on the 14-yard line. Jackson, 5'11", 194 pounds. Has 167 rush yards coming into this game.
Yeah, he's been a great guy to go to when Leedy needs a break or when they get up big in these kind of situations.
We're going to have a false start on that one. There's a little motion on the line. Another penalty by Chanute here on this drive. So 1st and 15 as they get scooted back to the 19-yard line. This has only been momentary setbacks for this offense tonight, as you said earlier, the penalties, a couple sacks they've taken really have only delayed the inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to point those out as major mistakes when they're still up by 35 points.
Your Seamster motioning into the backfield. This has been a toss sweep most of the night. This time it's a give up the middle to the first back through, Jackson Coombs. He's got a gain of about 5. So we'll get that penalty yardage back. Brings up 2nd down and 10. We're going to go under 8 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. As you can see, Chanute leading 35-0. Herb brings the play in, 15 seconds on the play clock. He's going to have trips to the near side. Here's the snap. He's looking to that near side. Looking, now being chased out of the pocket. Oh, uncorks a bad one. Picked off by the Braves. We might get a roughing the passer, however. There's a flag back down where Herb was tackled.
Yeah, I mean, on that one, it looks like Coombs just misses this block. And let's, I believe that was Andrew once again get in there.
I mean, that flag is right where Herb went down. We also have a flag down at the line of scrimmage, so these might be offsetting, and we might replay this down.
I mean, that's what you got to hope for if you're the Blue Comets right now is offsetting penalties or penalties against Bonner Springs.
That flag back where Herb went down, that has to be on Bonner Springs. There was no line back there. It couldn't be a holding there.
Yep.
So you're going to probably get a roughing the passer penalty, and that other flag may very well be a holding.
Holding, or, I mean, that's about where the play ended, so could be something after the play.
So there's the personal foul on Bonner Springs. Another personal foul. Oh, my. So both fouls on Bonner Springs.
See, I almost wondered with the chippiness of the Braves so far this game if we were going to see that being a roughing the passer and a personal foul, after the play, and that is indeed what happened. So
the officials over there talking to the Bonner Springs coaches. Now, I haven't had the privilege or the ability to see much of their action from this year, but if this was the only game you were seeing of Bonner Springs, what you're seeing is what appears to be an awfully undisciplined football team. Lots of personal fouls tonight.
Really, yeah, an abundance of personal fouls for the Braves.
Here's a quick hitter to Dagan Dean. He's trying to follow. Blocker spins into the end zone. 8-yard touchdown. We just went into running clock land here in the 3rd quarter as Chanute goes up 41-0.
Yep, and that was just That was a great play design by the Comet coaching staff, because you have Dean there, and he got into the end zone standing up, but even if he didn't, he's such a tall and long player that he gets taken down 2 yards out, he can stretch that over the line.
Yeah, he's a big body out there at wide receiver. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. 6th extra point for Stark-Wright. He's done what they asked him to do, 6 for 6. Chanute leads at 42-0. 7:18 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching a Comet Vision KFEX production of Chanute High School football.
KFEX Firescape radio programming is made possible in part by the underwriting efforts of Sonic Drive-In of Chanute. Sonic Drive-In of Chanute does not consider community involvement a sales gimmick or a public relations ploy. They see it as a way to be a good neighbor and as a way to have a positive impact on their community. It is for these reasons that Sonic Drive-In of Chanute is a proud underwriter of KFEX Firescape Radio and the ministry efforts of the entire Firescape ministry to the youth of Chanute.
42-0. Chanute High School leads over the Bonner Springs Braves, and they are on their way to what would appear to be a first-round playoff win.
Yeah, and as you mentioned before that break, we're in the running clock territory here with the Comets up 42-0. I expect to see more passing from Bonner Springs now. That's what's been working better, and with the running clock, you're going to want to try to hit as quickly as possible. So,
an update from Tonganoxie, where they remain deadlocked in the middle of the third quarter with Bishop Miege there. The winner of that game will most likely be the one coming here. Here's a nice return forming for Bonner Springs, and they get all the way out to near midfield.
And there's our Stark-Wright hit of the game.
Stark-Wright tackle watch. That was a big one. He gets at least half a tackle for that.
Yeah, I think he does.
I don't know. Let's see this replay. We may be able to give him the full tackle here.
Well, I don't quite think so. I think Cade Small was kind of dragging behind him.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. That's a Stark-Wright tackle. He's got the right stuff, baby. All right. I'm okay. First down and 10 for Bonner Springs from their own 48. Jay Smith has the snap. Now he's going to keep it on the quarterback draw and get wrapped up by LaCrone after a gain of about 1. Boy, it just really hasn't mattered what Bonner Springs has decided to do with that. They've tried that kind of quarterback option play where he gives it to the running back or keeps it, and it's just not springing them free.
I mean, that's kind of been the story of the season for Chanute's opponents. It doesn't really matter who runs it and where they run it to. They're running into a Comet.
Second down and 9. Not much out of their big running back, Peyton Parks. Smith back to pass. Here comes the rush. He avoids it well. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got it up the field and missed tackle. Oh, he gets his head taken off. After he got the first down and held on to the ball.
I believe that was Jacob Brinkman.
Jacob
out there at the black sleeves getting the huge hit.
My goodness. Let's watch this hit again. Oh.
Boom.
It is a first down for the Bears, or the Braves, excuse me, but they paid for it. Smith has it, gives it to Peyton Parks. He's got a nice little hole there, trying to stretch out a run, gain of about 8. That's his best run of the night.
Yeah, this is, so far, quite possibly been the Braves' best drive. And I don't know if that's Chanute letting up, or maybe they finally figured out a strategy that's working, but who knows? Might be too little too late here with 5 minutes left of the third.
Yeah, 2 big runs in a row. I say big for Chanute defense style. A 12-ish yard run and an 8-yard run.
But even then, the 12-yard run wasn't a designed run. It was just being rolled out of the pocket by the Chanute defense.
Here's another run. He's got good yardage and a first down. Boy, it looked like there could have been a hold on that play. The Chanute crowd saw it, but no flag on the field. It is a first down for Bonner Springs as they continue to move the ball here.
Yeah, well, the home crowd always seems to see more than the referees, if you know what I mean.
So 25-yard line, Bonner Springs with their deepest penetration into Chanute territory. 1st and 10.
They got 3 wide here out on the close side.
Here's the give to Peyton Parks. He bounces off the pile with a little room out to the right. Another 9 to 10 yards. So, yeah, I'm not sure we got a limping player for Chanute. That is Ty Leedy. Don't want to see that.
That is definitely not something you want to see, especially if you're expecting a deep playoff run.
He is hopping around a little bit. And I don't know that he's going to be able to make this play. He's struggling. He's trying to shake it off.
Yeah, and he's one of those players who he's always going to tough it out if you let him. But.
2nd down is short. Don't know that I maybe might have called a timeout there. Here's the keeper by Jay Smith, and he's going nowhere. In fact, he'll be short of the 1st down.
He's still kind of hopping around down there.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Ty Leedy.
Looks like it might be a right leg injury of some sort. Definitely detrimental to a running back.
3rd down
injury.
And short upcoming. 3rd and 1. Smith in the shotgun. He's going to give it to Peyton Parks, who's hit. Boy, it's going to be really close.
I don't know. I don't know if he got it. We'll see. Let's see what the officials place it.
Looking at where he's placing it, it might be. Wow.
Wow, they call no gain on the play.
What a defensive effort there. Bonner Springs will clearly go for this, down 42-0.
Yeah, I mean, what do you got to lose at this point?
Does the Chanute defense have another play in them here?
They're certainly getting the energy from the crowd to do it.
Smith following a blocker. He's not going to get it. He did not get it.
Oh, the crone was back there.
Oof, I don't know.
In a flash.
The guy from the side there is giving him a nice spot. We'll see.
I don't know.
That's going to be enough for the 1st down. They're going to give it to him. They say he got to the 15-yard line. Let's see that replay.
If he did, it's just by inches.
Did he make it to the 15? Yeah, sure. That's a good spot by the official. He ducked in at the right time, was able to submarine the pile. 1st and 10, Bonner Springs. Jay Smith hands off to Peyton Parks to his left. Another good run from Peyton. They're finding the running lanes a little bit easier right now.
Yeah, but still, less than 3 minutes in the 3rd quarter here, so might be too little too late.
Yeah, I'm trying to ascertain whether Bonner Springs has just figured a better way out to run here, or if Chanute is just maybe just hanging back here. It looks like they're just willing to let them run the ball and run some clock. This time, Peyton Parks is going to be stuffed at the line.
Yeah, that really might be what it is. I mean, there's this team is always going to choose strategy over a kind of pride thing like a shutout. So that might be what they're going for, is to just kind of let them run a bit, soften up, and keep this clock winding.
Usually this is a defense that when they want to, and they do quite a bit, they'll pin their ears back and they'll come after that run. But, yeah, there's not much pursuit up the field right now, as if they're just kind of making sure that they're not going to get beat on a pass or a play action. Here's Smith on 3rd and 4. We got a flag.
Yep.
That's going to be a false start on Bonner Springs.
It's the last thing you need in a situation like this.
Well,
Okay.
With the White Hats giving them a timeout.
Oh, okay. So they called a timeout here.
So he's going to pick up the flag. What were you going to say there, Jaden?
Oh, well, the other thing that Chanute has going for him right now is that with the running clock rules in Kansas high school football, Bonner Springs still needs 2 scores to get the clock to start stopping again. So if they just let Bonner Springs run all over them and run down this clock and they score, it's still going to be a running clock.
Well, the clock's not running now. It hasn't been running. I wonder if it's just the fourth quarter in the playoffs. If that changes in the playoffs, I'm not sure. Or maybe the points go up a little bit. Maybe you got to get to 45. I'm not sure on those rules. No penalty now, however, on that last play. So it's still 3rd down and 4 on the 9-yard line. Bonner Springs threatening to score their first points of the night. Here is a designed run to Jay Smith, and he is going to get stacked up.
Don't know if he quite got the first down there, but they are in 4-down territory.
Looks like he's going to be short of the first down by about a yard, so brings up 4th down. So the offense, of course, stays out on the field. It's a pride play right here for the Chanute defense. We'll see what they got. And
a lot of whistles.
Another timeout maybe being called right here. Chanute wants to talk about it. Get them set up for this one play on defense. We'll take the timeout with them. You're watching Comet Vision, KFEX production of Chanute High School football. We'll be right back.
Whether you're completing home repairs, weekend projects, or planning your garden for spring, Cleaver Farm and Home, 2103 South Santa Fe, has a carefully selected inventory for all of your paint, hardware, and building needs. Cleaver's also offers free delivery for cat and dog food if ordered online at www.cleaverfarm.com. Cleaver supports the youth outreach of the Fire Escape Youth Ministry and is happy to underwrite KFEX Radio. Thank you, Cleaver family. We appreciate your support.
Well, the last drama we have of the night here. Will Bonner Springs score? They're facing a 4th and 1 on the Chanute 6 with 39 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the Chanute defense has cooked up here. Here is the snap to Jay Smith. He's going to turn it up the field. He's got the first down yardage inside the 5.
Yep, first and looks like a couple more.
So 1st and goal upcoming here for the Braves of Bonner Springs. And we have a hurt Bonner Springs player here. Offensive lineman laboring to
can't quite tell what number that is.
Get off the field for Bonner Springs. We'll hope he's okay. So 1st down and 10, or excuse me, 1st and goal from the 4-yard line upcoming.
Looks like half a second more on the game clock and the play clock, so there will be one more play here in the 3rd quarter.
Here is the give to Peyton Parks, who's hit in the backfield but escaped and got close to the goal line. Well, a Chanute Blue Comet had a shot at him. That looked like number 57.
That'd be Jacob Aguilar, I believe.
Jacob Aguilar had a shot at him and just kind of spun off him. And we'll have a 2nd and goal from the 1 upcoming. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're right back with the last quarter of action right after this.
Cardinal Drug Store, located at 103 East Main in downtown Chanute, is a small-town pharmacy and gift store which includes an old-fashioned soda fountain. They specialize in compounds and vaccines. They also supply many types of medical items. Cardinal Drug Store is your one-stop shop for all of your healthcare needs. KFEX and Comet Vision are so grateful for your support.
Welcome back. Chanute leads 42-0 at the start of the 4th quarter. Bishop Miege and Tonganoxie have traded scores late in the 3rd there. They are tied at 20.
Yeah, it's a tight game. Winner of that, of course, will face the winner of this game, which, as it stands, is looking like a Chanute Blue Comet W here.
Situation here is a 2nd and goal from the 1 for Bonner Springs. Looking to put up their first points of the game. They've had a nice drive here. They're really their first daylight in the running game all night has come here in the second half. We'll see what they choose to do here on second and short. Smith with the snap. It's going to be a quarterback draw to the right, and he's going to be short of the touchdown goal line.
Did not look like he got in there.
Number 33, Jacob Brinkman.
Looks like they're going to be 2.5 feet out from that.
So third and goal. There's that outside run again, and that's what they haven't had any success on. They've been almost exclusively trying to run up the middle.
Yeah, it's just when you get to that outside, most of the game, you've been running into Colton LaCrone and Dagan Dean. So two guys you don't want to see if you have the football in your hands.
Third and goal. Chanute tries to have a goal line stand to preserve the shutout. Here's Smith. He's just going to run it straight forward. He's hit. Oh, second effort might have got him in. Well, Chanute hit him in the backfield again, and he just kind of hopped and leaned forward to Jay Smith, and Bonner Springs finally.
Yeah, he did take a big hit there in the backfield.
Shows up on the scoreboard for Bonner Springs. Makes it 42-6, Chanute.
Yep.
So we'll see their special teams unit for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Smith all over the place. He's their PAT holder too.
Punter, PAT holder,
and
quarterback. That ball is blocked by Dagan Dean.
Wow, what a huge block there by Dean.
It didn't even look like he jumped.
Just shows the height on him. I mean, standing in at 6'3", with who knows how long of a wingspan.
So Chanute leads it 42-6. Does that mean the clock stops now again? I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the running clock here in the playoffs.
I know.
I'm all sorts of confused.
I believe the regular season, the target lead is 35 points. And I know we had a game this season here at home where it was running most of the second half. So I don't know if that 35 is now in the fourth quarter, if it'll start up. We'll just have to wait and see.
So Quentin Harding back to return this kick. The freshman, I think so. They've given me a roster where the numbers aren't in order. He is a freshman, 5'7", 147-pounder. We'll see if he gets an opportunity. They're up towards the 50. They're expecting an onside kick. But Harding is back in case the kick goes deep. Now they're spreading out, so it looks like they will kick it deep. It's just kind of a pooch to the left side of the field to go out of bounds.
It's going to be a penalty there.
So Chanute will get the ball at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for the onside kick there. I mean, we saw it to open the half, which is a bit of an aggressive play. I thought maybe they'd come right back with that aggression after the score and try to get the ball back, but we'll see.
It appears that the first-team offense will take the field.
Yeah, I'd expect to see a lot of Jackson Coombs in this fourth quarter.
That is about the only exception is Jackson Coombs, the backup running back, is in, not Ty Leedy. Leedy, who is kind of hopping around with an injury.
See, usually they, with these big leads, kind of give Leedy a break and go to Jackson anyway. But
oh, here's a nice jet sweep by Caden Sweepster, who just flicks off a defender, and he is going to go all the way. Oh, he just gets pushed out of bounds.
Just hits that pylon.
73-ish yards on the run, and Seamster did everything but score the touchdown there.
Yep, Caden Sweepster right there on the jet sweep.
He shrugged off a defender somewhere around the 45.
Man,
let's see if we can see this on the replay.
He gets going so fast.
Right here. It was the way someone might swat away a bug.
Yeah. And he starts worrying about the defense there. If he would have just kept his head down and ran, he might have still been in that end zone. But.
So first down and goal, and she's going to have to score timeout or call timeout as there was some confusion. So first and goal from the 7 upcoming. They lead at 42-6. We'll take a timeout with them. There's 10:53 to go here in the fourth.
From kickoff to the final lap, from Pee-wees to the weekend pros, our team of doctors can help with the diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries. Wherever you are in your sports journey, Labette Health Sports Medicine Team has the training, experience, and skill to repair, restore, and renew. For more information about Southeast Kansas' leading orthopedic and sports medicine program, go to labettehealth.com.
Chanute will have first down and goal from the 7-yard line. They lead 42-6. It's just a matter of how many points they end up with here. This is going to be a win. Here's Herb looking in zone, just out of the reach of Sean Williams. It'll bring up second down and goal. Still waiting for another update from the Miege-Tonganoxie game. Tonganoxie hosting Bishop Miege tonight. The winner of that game will come here next week. So second and goal. 4 wide receivers. Herb's going to turn and give to Jackson Coombs, who gets hit immediately. And he might have lost a yard on that play.
Yeah, there's that brave blitz again. Just getting in there and taking down Combs.
So third and goal now.
Who, of course, if you missed it earlier, Coombs is playing right now. Tyleti kind of limping a bit after a defensive stand. So probably won't see any of him for the rest of the night. Great game, though, for Leedy. Got himself a couple touchdowns and interceptions.
Trips to the far side. We'll see what kind of play they unearth here. Herb's going to waggle to his right. He's got a lot of time looking in the end zone and off a defender. It might have been picked. No, incomplete.
Okay. Yeah, that looked like a wild interception there. Looked like Aiden Wilson had it.
Well, kind of the rare misfire by Herb, and maybe threw one maybe he didn't have to, as that was a really good defensive play by number 24, Braden McGrath, as he reached behind him to deflect that. That's a tough defensive play there.
Yep, Herb just had it, a little bit behind his target there. So
Chanute will go for it here on fourth down and goal from about the 9.5.
Clock is stopped at 10:04, so I wonder if it doesn't stop for playoffs.
He's looking in the end zone. He's got a man. It's Kester. He's got it. Touchdown. So 9-yard touchdown pass. Herb to Kester. And boy, that's got to be demoralizing for Bonner Springs. You're already down by this much. You stop Chanute on 3 plays. They go for it on fourth and goal from the 9 and throw a dart to the back corner of the end zone for the touchdown. And Stark Wright will attempt to go 7 for 7 for extra points on the night. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So Stark, the backup place kicker. Caleb Buchanan, the normal field goal kicker for the Blue Comets, has a concussion.
Yep, concussion suffered during the soccer playoff matchup against Tonganoxie, which unfortunately Chanute lost. So
9:57 to go here in the game. Chanute comfortably ahead, 49-6. The only way this gets more comfortable is if they're eating macaroni and cheese while they're doing it. That's a comfort food joke.
But yeah, I mean, comfortable might be an understatement here with a 43-point lead and less than 10 minutes left.
I suspect we're about to see an influx of backup players into this game to get their chance at a little playoff football.
Yeah, freshman Cade Small in the huddle there. Notice Wyatt Costin in.
Stark Wright, of course, still out there kicking. But yeah, a lot of younger players out there on special teams, although that doesn't mean a whole lot. They've
Really
played a lot of younger guys on special teams.
They really have. I mean, we've seen Small in there on special teams all night. I mean, he was the one almost tracking the guy down on our right tackle earlier.
Here is Stark, sends one deep. This ball's going to be taken at about the 15. He's going to try and find a wedge, and there's nothing there. And this young special teamers for the Blue Comets, solid again. That was number 17, Trey Dillo, on the tackle.
Yep, brings him down at about the 30, looks like.
So new defenders out on the field as well. Quentin Harding I see out there. Number 20, Jordan Duncan, sophomore.
23, sophomore Talon Haynes out there.
Cade Small, you mentioned on special teams. The freshman getting some playing time. Number 68. I don't see a 68.
There's not a 68 on the roster. At least on the roster I have here.
Here's Jay Smith back to pass. Now flips one over the middle, and woof. That was a nice throw. Quentin Harding thought he was going to get a pick there.
Almost. He got up there. He just didn't quite get his hands to it.
And it's a completed pass and a first down. Just over the fingertips of Quentin Harding.
Yep. Ball up here right on the C now.
They go under 9.5 to go here in the game. Smith gonna go to work against these underclassmen. Here's a nice run for Peyton Parks. Gain of about 9 as he's seeing some more room now against the youngsters.
Yeah, I think we can definitely expect more Parks now, kind of getting those yards racked up, but it's just not going to quite be enough to make up this deficit. Unfortunate for Bonner Springs and their fans.
Second down and 1. They give to Parks again and trying to go to the outside. Still nothing there to the outside. What a play. What a play right there by Jordan Duncan. Sophomore came up and made the hit on Peyton Parks. And Peyton's limping a little bit as he goes back to the huddle. He did get enough for the first down. But again, even the young players showing the speed on the outside for the Blue Comets.
Yep, indeed they are. That's just how this team's built. Just a lot of quick guys on this roster.
Smith back to pass. Now he's forced out of the pocket, running, making a throw late, and that ball falls incomplete. Looked like that was a pretty catchable ball for a wide receiver, Alex Amaya.
Yeah, it really did, but Chanute had looked like Braden Hildebrand in there or Quentin Gregory, whichever 58 that was. But
yeah, 3 guys in pursuit. So that's a good sign to see the youngsters in the game or the backups in the game and still getting some pressure on the quarterback. Second down and 10 from the Chanute 40 for the Braves. Here's the snap. Smith back to pass. It's a little short pass that falls incomplete. Well, Amayo, now 2 back-to-back plays where he's just having trouble securing the ball.
yeah, just a little bit of butterfingers on that one, I think.
Okay, so the ball got tipped there. We didn't see that in live action, but that ball looked like it was flying weird. That might have been part of the issue for Alex. Someone got a hand on it. Third down and 10. How important it is for these young guys and backups to get a stop here?
I mean, I think it'd be huge confidence-wise for them. It'd show that Chanute's here to stay, that this isn't a fluky season. We have a deep program.
Here's a pass deep over the middle, wide open. Number 6 with the catch down inside the 20. Aiden Wilson,
Yeah, Wilson had no trouble with that one.
senior tight end. Well, he's right
Smith
down
got
the
it.
seam. That's where the tight end, you see a lot of plays like that in the NFL.
Yeah,
Tight
Smith
end
just
working down the middle.
Put that right in the breadbasket.
It's a good
Perfect
pass, yes, absolutely. It was a great pass by Jay Smith. We're seeing what he can do when he gets a little bit more time and space. 1st and 10 from the Chanute 17. The youngsters here for the Blue Comets will try to keep him out of the end zone. Now, a pass back after a fake run. It's going to be for good yardage, and diving for the pylon is the brave receiver who gets in. Touchdown.
I believe that was Wilson again. Put 6 points up on the board for number 6.
It's a well-designed play. It looked like it was going to be that quarterback run they've kind of run all night. And once he got a few steps out, he transitioned the ball out of his breadbasket back to his throwing hand. It was clear it was a throwback all the way.
I mean, and all it could have been a run pass option. He just didn't think he had the room to run, so he decided to look for the passing option and saw Wilson out there.
They'll go for 2. Sending a man in motion. Here is Jay Smith, bobbled the snap a little bit. Now we'll try to turn it up, and he's got the 2-point conversion. And so Bonner Springs moved the ball pretty easily there on the backups. That makes it 49-14, Chanute, with 7:21 to go here in the game.
Yep.
See if we can get an update on that game in Tonganoxie. Mac Armstrong to Christian Bowen Webb for a 30-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 15 has put Bishop Miege up 27-20 with 10:45 to go in that game.
What the opposite of the game we have here. It's a really close contest over there in Tonganoxie.
We can start getting excited for that next second-round matchup. Here it is 49-14 Chanute. This game has been decided for a while. Although Bonner Springs just put up their second points of the game against Chanute's backups. Here's another pooch kick that'll go out of bounds. So Chanute will start again at the 40-yard line, and we'll see what the offensive backups can do here.
Yeah. I mean, really with that Bishop Miege Tonganoxie game, any way the wind blows there, that's going to be a fun matchup for Chanute. A really exciting matchup. It's always fun to try to beat Miege. It's always a big opponent in the 4A conference. But also, I mean, Tonganoxie just sent Chanute's soccer team out of the playoffs, so it might be a little bit of a revenge game.
Well,
especially for players like Wright and Buchanan who play on that soccer team.
What is absolutely for sure is that whoever it is, Tonganoxie or Bishop Miege, they'll have their stiffest tests they've seen since Pittsburgh in week 2. So it's been a while since they'll have faced the caliber of team of either of those two. Here's the snap and the give to Harding. Harding trying to twist his way up the field and gets stacked up for a loss of about half a yard. Number 14 in the game at quarterback. And that is, that is someone with a different number. Most of the year, the freshman quarterback that has been in the game has been Jace Tarter, or sophomore quarterback. He usually wears number 10. Here's a nice run by number 22.
Looks like he's 14 on my roster here, so I think that is Jace Tarter.